Okay, hopefully that's worked. Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. We're going to be doing some harvesting today on Hubbard, Nebraska, sorry. And I'll be live streaming this just because I don't have time to edit, unfortunately. So yeah, I'm just going to have to live stream the content after I get back from work every day, or however many days of the week I decide to, and that'll just have to do. Just watched a live stream by Farm Sim Guy on Hubbard. I think he did it a few days ago, but it was great. I definitely enjoyed that and kind of got me in the mood to start my own farm in a similar manner. So that's kind of where the inspiration for this came from as I'm loading in. We're going to take a look around the map, or I guess just our starting farm, and then we can roll right into it. Let's see where I spawned in this time. I don't see myself. This map has tons of starting houses, and for some reason it spawns me at the wrong one every time. So I'm going to go ahead and delete that. Okay, let's set our money back to normal. I forgot about that. Let's do 100,000. Very good. And here is the farm. We've got a little bit of an entrance here. Let me start up outside here. So I've got a house up here, a farmhouse. You can go inside. It's really nice in here. And then we hop down. Over here we've got a road, kind of a nice long winding driveway all the way down. I'd walk it, but it takes a couple minutes. And then we're down here at the farm. This is where that driveway goes. It comes from up there and it'll go down here towards the road. And here's our little gravel cutout for our farm. We've got a Fendt Favorite 511C pulling a bale trailer. An old pickup. Absolutely love that thing, pulling our 25-foot honeybee header. This is supposed to be older machinery and equipment, as you can see back there a little bit. But obviously honeybee's not quite that old, so you know, I had to cut some corners where I could. 30-foot header. These are just the best customizable headers that I know of. So yeah, we've got a Class Lexion 620, which is like a 2010 combine. So again, not super old, but older than most of the stuff in game. We've got a Alice Chalmers 7080. These are kind of our field beast. Going to be running our grain cart right now. Let's go ahead and fire up the harvester so it can get warmed up. And we've got a 7810 John Deere pulling the 4900 Heston baler, which we're going to use for baling the straw once we get through. Of course, our Mack truck for shipping the grain. In here in the shed, we've got our planter and seeder, as well as our sprayer, goofy looking Massey Ferguson. So yeah, let's go ahead and look at our farmland. We've got 3 fields right here, 155 with wheat, 156 with corn, not quite ready to harvest on the corn or soybeans, by the way. And then we've got 160 with wheat. Then down here we've got 126 with some soybeans, and then up here 110 and 118 with corn. Again, those are not quite ready to harvest yet. We wait for the map to load. Yep, not quite ready to go for any of the corn or soybeans, but the wheat is ready. And it's looking... Let's let it load. Yep, looking really good. We've got it all max fertilized, except for 126 and these fields up here. Bigger fields didn't quite have the time to get them set up properly. That's fine. Oh, this combine is not too loud. It is one of the issues with the mod. It is sounding quite loud. That's unfortunate. I'll have to turn down my volume when I use this thing. We'll try 36. The sounds are absolutely amazing with this mod, but it's a little too loud. Makes it almost unplayable if you're going to record with sound. Right, so we're getting our pickup truck over here with the header. The heavy header. Honeybees, there's a lot going on up there, so this old thing struggles with it a little bit. Just now realizing I maybe should have started with the smaller field, just so we could have had that little snowball effect. Right, you get the smallest thing out of the way real quick, so then you feel good and can get into the biggest thing with, you know, a little bit of on a high horse, I guess you could say. That's fine, that's fine. Leave that header trailer there. Unfold this thing, unfold the combine. Get that straw swath enabled and make sure it's actually enabled. Then we can get rolling into this. Let's do it. Starting harvest already. Like the straw swath is working. It's a bit loud. Let's go down to 32, 30. Turn up my microphone gain a little bit, I guess. Alright guys, with the first few streams, we're just going to have to get our audio stuff set up and whatnot. That's yielding really well. I did have to turn down my settings. This is a 16x map, sorry if I haven't explained that yet. So essentially, there's 8 regular sized maps along the top and 8 regular sized maps along the bottom, which would mean this is 64 times the size of a normal Farming Simulator map base game. Normal maps are 2 kilometers by 2 kilometers. This is 16 kilometers by 16 kilometers. So absolutely huge. Even the tiniest fields on this map, like this one, could still take a fair bit of time to get through. So no slouch, especially the fact that we're using older machinery, just means that it is going to take a while to do some stuff. But that is definitely part of the fun. I don't want to go crazy and push to get things done. This is more of a kick back, relax, live stream, and then maybe if I find time I can edit these up to make videos out of them or something. Share this a little bit with some people I know. Don't text and drive, kids. But I'm going to text and harvest because this is just a video game. In the spirit of trying to keep things so on the realism scale, I did do some research into what they farm in Nebraska. I actually looked up a farm survey report for 2023. What's it called? The 2023 State Agriculture Overview for 2023 in Nebraska. Just kind of says which crops were grown, how many acres, what they yielded, what the average price was, how much total yield they had, and how much total production in dollars. It's pretty interesting, but essentially the information I was looking to extract was like, what kind of crops do they farm in Nebraska? Obviously, well, I guess it might not be obvious. I do live in the Midwest, so I know a basic amount of information about the various Midwest states and what they grow. Called the Cornhusker State, so you know they do corn, plus it's the Midwest, so if there's corn, there's probably beans. And I wanted to look up to see how much wheat and millet and rye and sorghum and all that they had, and it looks like we could also open things up. I want to keep things kind of realistic on this, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So a lot of corn and soybeans, which is what the map started with if you look here. Almost everything is corn and soybeans, except for the fields that I changed to be wheat, so... Excuse me. That's pretty cool, that the map has realistic crops planted on it. But yeah, I did some wheat. We can also do some sorghum. There were 340,000 acres planted of sorghum in 2023. I guess sorry, I'll take this from the top. For corn and soybeans, corn, there were almost 10 million acres planted. For soybeans, there were about 5 million acres of soybeans planted. Then for wheat, there was a little over 1.1 million acres planted. Then sorghum was 340,000 acres. 150,000 acres of millet, but that's not a crop in-game. And I don't think they've added that for this map either. Yep, alfalfa's all they added. And then sugar beets, there were 46,000 acres of sugar beets grown in Nebraska, if you can believe that. So we could technically do that if we wanted to. I still say we're kind of realistic, but I don't think I will. Probably just going to roll with mainly corn and soybeans, and then also doing some wheat and oats if we want to kind of, you know, get some straw out. I definitely like working with straw. It's baling and picking up bales and stuff can be pretty relaxing. You can just kind of put your brain away and just pick up bales for 2 hours or whatever, you know, with a telehandler or whatever you want to. That can be pretty nice and relaxing. Definitely like also the ability to grow a crop, harvest it, and then, you know, you've still got the straw you can mess with. So essentially it's like a two-step harvest, and if we wanted to, eventually we could even swath, which cuts the crop down, and then you come back later with a pickup header to separate the grain from the straw, and then it drops the straw back in the bottom. Essentially what I'm doing right now is cutting and threshing. If you have a swather, I don't think I have them in the game, so I can't really show that. No, I don't have it. A swather basically just cuts the crop and lays it all down in a row like this, and then you come back later and harvest it, and that works to kind of evenly dry out the whole field if you've got bad weather coming in, such as snow, and your crops are still too green or too wet to harvest. You can swath them. That essentially adds a third step, so it takes, you know, you can make a harvest take a super long time if you want to. And I like that customizability, I guess. We are about full, and we made it all the way around, which is pretty good. So now it's time to grab our Alice 7800. Get that thing over. See how well we can hear this thing. Its turbo noises are pretty loud, but I'm not sure how well it'll be comparing to that harvester. The harvester's loud. Pretty good sounding tractor if you can turn it up and listen to it. I like to use this thing for seeding. But of course right now we're gonna do grain carting, and then I'll get the... May as well put the pickup header away, like off the road. Not that there's any... I don't think there's any cars on this map, or at least this part of the map. But I still want to make sure I'm not taking up the whole road. And then we can get the semi over here. This thing sounds pretty good too. I'll let y'all listen to it. And that Jake brake. Man, that's hot. Alright, that's enough of that. Careful, I'll start drooling soon. Alright, back to the harvesting. Probably gonna do 2 or 3 kind of lanes around this field, and then we'll start going up and down some way. Uh-oh, it's taking a while to save. Hope I don't drive into the forest. I think I'm gonna be in the trees, man. Ha, pretty close. Maybe I ought to turn off the autosave. I just want to prevent losing everything if it crashes. As I was saying, gonna do a couple laps around the field, and then we'll start going up and down. It's kind of an L-shaped field, so you know, we may have to go this way up and down like our camera's heading now, and then when we get done with that, turn around and go the opposite way, so vertically and horizontally, instead of just having it easy and going the same way for the whole field. But that's fine. You do the same thing for the entire field, sometimes it can get boring, especially if the fields are this big. I say this big. Let's check it out on the map. That's the big field that I'm on right now. It's absolutely tiny compared to some of these things. Gargantuan map. Absolutely gargantuan. Please do feel free to leave any suggestions you've got, either in the chat or in the comment section, so that I can see them. I do like seeing those comments, and yeah, if they're sensible, I can think about putting them in the map. I suppose I should talk about kind of what my ideas are for the development of this series. Starting out obviously with some older-ish, smaller-ish equipment, even though it's a huge map. Eventually the idea is I'd like to get to having really big machinery. You know, that's kind of the draw to playing Farming Simulator. Starting small, growing bigger. That's the pinnacle. That's what I love about it. That's probably why I start so many series on my channel, or just so many maps in general, because I like starting small and growing. But yeah, that's what I want to do. I don't want to just get money and buy the biggest stuff I can possibly get all at once, though. You know, I want to kind of slowly but surely progress through the ages. I won't like lock it down, ball and chain. You know, I have to advance from the 1980s to the 1990s and then the 2000s. I'm not going to do that. That would be kind of cool, I guess, but yeah, I don't. To be honest, I don't really care to do all the research and finding mods that are from certain eras, and also hoping that the mods are good and work well, don't crash my game, etc. It's just a lot of work to be able to play the game, so I'm not going to do all that. But, you know, starting with something like this, an old late 90s, early 2000s Claas Lexion Combine, and then eventually, say, upgrading it to something a little bigger from that same generation, instead of going straight from this to a brand new Claas Lexion. It's got double the storage capacity and can run twice the header width, right? Going for something, I think we got a 30-foot header right now. So, going for something that could do maybe 40-foot, 35, 40-foot header, or just buying a second one of these, right? Slowly upgrading the land and the machinery at the same time, instead of jumping straight from this thing to this thing, right? A beast of a combine, pretty new, pretty modern. I don't need all that noise. But I also don't want to sit here and plan out every single piece of machinery I want to get. Like right now, I want to just be able to move and go where I want to when I've got money and feel like getting something. So yeah, that's just kind of where I'm at. It'd be cool to run some cows or chickens or something. I've got wheat right now off of this field, so I could get out there and use this wheat for the chickens. Sorry, I lost my train of thought there. I could literally buy a chicken coop. I've got 100,000. I can buy a chicken coop, load it up with chickens, and start doing that right away. But I think I'll try and slowly add things on to make sure I'm not overloading my plate. .70% full on our second hopper and our second headland as well. It's a pretty manageable size field. So I missed a little bit. Get used to that, it happens. Let's get that on a worker and we can hop right into the Alice, unload on the go. How about that for our first, or our second unload on the map? Yeah, I know, he's almost full. That's why I'm going over there. Get that cruise set to 6 so we can not have to manage it. Get right in that pocket. Boom. As easy as this is in the game, it is not super easy in real life. I've had the privilege of being able to unload a harvester on the go, and it hurts your neck looking over your right shoulder over and over, trying to keep your speed the same so that the harvester can change his speed, because he's got the better vantage point. His cab sits higher so he can see how full your trailer is. Thankfully, it kind of balances out because you're looking over your right shoulder when you're unloading on the go, and then you're looking over your left shoulder to dump in the semi. Is that going to be able to go in there? So by the end of the day, you know, both sides of your neck are sore, which is nice. I suppose if you did it enough, you might get used to it. Well, that doesn't look the prettiest, but if you guys don't tell, I won't either. Try and get that a little closer. Oh yeah, it clears. There we go. Not a lot of space, but I suppose that'll work. And I may as well get that 7810 down here. that we can put out those bales when we get around to it. Now these Heston bales are pretty nice. I like this thing. It's huge, it's noisy, got a lot of moving parts, this baler does. But the bales, they kind of stick sometimes. They'll get stuck on your forks. Just an issue with the mod. There's nothing you can really do about it. But yeah, I mean it's still good fun. As long as you kind of know what you're doing, you should be able to make it work. As much as that is true, though, it would be nice to eventually get something a little better than this. Again, we'll improve as we go along. So I could be harvesting and baling at the same time, I guess. Let's do the biggest size bales we can. Now I'm gonna leave the let's put these tines down before I forget. We'll leave them up, whatever. I'm gonna leave the headlands, is what I was trying to say, the fence rows, whatever you want to call them. Oh, first I gotta unfold it. I'm gonna just go up and down. Because that way the harvester isn't gonna be hitting my bales as he goes. And I think 10 miles an hour is absolutely flying, so we're gonna back that down to like 6 or 7. Still cooking. But maybe a little bit more believable. I feel like driving past farmers baling their hay. I know this isn't hay, it's straw, but they're going like 3-4 mile an hour, it seems. But in game, like you can go 11 miles an hour with some of the balers. It's crazy. See, isn't this just relaxing? You can hear all the clicking and whirring of the baler. See your harvester going by, end for end. Sit down in your cab. Keep things rolling. And it's not a round baler, so you don't have to stop every 30 seconds to drop a bale off. It does it for you. Maybe I ought to get my phone off my desk so it's not vibrating, making noise. Baler can't quite turn on a dime, but it did decently there. Hopefully, I can get around to making a playlist or something so we can have some epic music going while I'm harvesting, because that really gets you in the mood for it, you know. But for right now, I just kind of... It was hard enough getting the map set up today and figuring out how to stream, because it's been, gosh, probably a year and a half now since I've streamed on this channel. I think it's funny the difference in like sound levels for honks you get with different machines. Like I was honking with this thing and you can't even hear it. I feel like I can barely hear it. But then some machines, it's like way overpowering, like the big bud tractors. I don't think I have them on this. Nope. The big bud tractors, some of them, they have absolutely mega horns that make a ton of noise. Pretty cool, to be honest. Oh, he's nearly full, 80%. We're going to have to turn around. Get that taken care of. Hopefully he can make it to the other side, actually. So once he gets close to the edge, I'll hop in the Alice and we'll head out there and do that. Cricker Boy says, "Daggum, this ain't got nothing on the real thing, brother." Which thing are you referring to? Talking about my baler? You talk bad about my baler. Alright, I let him get way too close to the other end, so now we gotta go a little bit fast to get to him. It's crazy how much louder that Claas Combine is compared to everything else. For a fast farmer, these things don't really go supersonic. No sir. My speed comes from when I take my corners, especially on the roads. Try to keep it chill on the fields, because that's your money, right? You gotta keep the fields nice so your crops can do well. But on the roads, shoot, I pay taxes for that. Government can fix those roads, I'll go crazy on them. Just wait till I get a pickup with some power. I'll take a header trailer to 90 mile an hour on gravel. That's where the fast farmer comes in there. Colton said, "Seems supersonic to me." Yeah, that's right. Just gotta imagine. Imagine we're going quick. This is the third full combine load that we've got, and we still got a fair bit of the field left. Sure helps to have properly fertilized crops. Heck yeah, on gravel. That's the benefit of playing Farming Simulator, dude. You don't have to worry about breaking bones or even crashing your car. You whip that thing into a tree at 100 mile an hour, you can just back it up and get back on your merry way. Back to the baling. Never actually done wheat in real life. I've done corn and soybeans. I really want to do wheat as well, because where I'm from, that's all we do is just corn and beans. I like variety in just about everything I do, so being able to change things up every once in a while is pretty cool. Oh, I said I was going to keep my phone off my desk, but then I put it right back. And this is realistic. When you're farming, you can have a phone in your hand texting. So you get to the other row, you glance up every once in a while. Don't do it while driving, but on the field, the only person you're going to hurt's yourself or a tree or something if you get going too far, fall asleep and go past your field. Oh man, Trigger Boy said they ain't do nothing in the Midwest but corn and beans, tell you what. Yeah, you're right. Most places in the Midwest don't do much for variety, which sucks. I like up in Canada and Montana, they rock tons of different cereal crops. Wheat, barley, canola, rye, millet, peas, all that stuff. Wait, why is my harvester not going? Suppose that's why you shouldn't hire idiots, huh? Tell you what, you wouldn't last long on a farm if that's what you did as a farmhand. Around northern Florida, you gotta deal with gators on your farm? Yeah, no thanks. I don't want to deal with gators while I'm farming. Don't have anything particularly against gators, but just another thing you gotta worry about. I think they're pretty cool, and if you're in a tractor, they probably won't bother you too much. They're more scared of you than you are of them. But if they're coming out and eating my chickens, they're gonna catch some smoke. You don't mess around with my chickens. Or my baler. Although I'm sure in some parts of the world they gotta deal with bears and stuff on their farms. Midwest is easy. You can just leave your empty food wrappers and drink bottles in the machine shed. I'm sure if you got bears around there, you wouldn't want to do that. They come and ransack your place, no matter how good your doors are. Yep, I ain't in Florida either. Extra protein in them beans. Hey man, whatever you gotta do. That's another reason I don't love the Midwest America farming, because all the, well, not all of it, but most of the crops go towards animal feed or processed foods like corn syrup or soy lecithin or whatever. Not necessarily the healthiest or, you know, safest things to be eaten. I think it'd be so much more interesting doing wheat because you turn that right into bread. Bread tastes good, and it's pretty good for you, I think. Let's unfill this thing on the go, and then we'll dump it in the semi. Might fill it up. $20 mph doesn't feel very fast in the game, but I tell you, even going 9 in a tractor this old would probably feel like you're flying. Feel this bumpy. Whenever I help grain carton and I gotta hurry back because we're quite a ways away from the semi on the field, I'll push 11, 12 mile an hour, but that you're bouncing out of your seat. Monitors are shaking around on the racks by your head. If you got drinks in your cup holders, they're dancing. It's crazy. Of course, you also got to deal with washouts and ruts and whatnot, so sometimes I'll be cooking 8, 9, 10 mile an hour on the field, coming down the bottom of a hill, and then you get to the very bottom, and you see a little bump, and you get scared. Throttle way down, downshift a couple times, and you still jump out of your seat when you hit it. Train tracks are the same thing. They don't look that crazy, but man, there's something else sometimes on them country roads. Jason said, made it. What's up, dude? Welcome in. That'll fill that semi right up. Full semi-trailers means money. Money means, well, a happy farmer, I guess. Oh, it's going to take another 2 minutes to quick save. That'll give me time to go get some water. Right. Let's get this wheat back to the farm. Oof, there goes the stop sign. My bad. Come on, Mac. Man, she bogs down if you turn too tightly, I tell you what. Now we get to hear the Jake brake sing. Not too much. When I get on the highway, that thing will be nice. I'm definitely going to be the guy that's going to get up to the speed limit and then just let off, coast a ways to let the Jake brake sing, and then accelerate again. No matter how long I go. And this is a big map too. This thing's huge. So if I'm on this big long highway for 10-15 minutes, that's going to be a lot of fun. Excuse me. need to get me a fleet of these trucks and just joyride. Let's do her purr, yes sir. Believe me, I do. I've talking about Jake brakes for like 5 minutes. You hear the horn a little better on this one, can't you? Let's see how far this harvester's getting along. I'd say it's probably worth going up and down the other way now, vertically. Well, let's just let it get to the other end, I guess. Sorry if I drop frames or anything. This field is literally 64 times the size of a normal map, so my computer's fans are going pretty good. And I'm streaming too, so makes it even worse. You think frame drops on Fortnite are bad? Those farming simulator frame drops hurt. It means I'm not getting my optimal performance. What do you guys think about the new mic? Not sure if you recall what the old one sounded like, but got a new one here about a week ago. I feel like it sounds a little crisper. Definitely an upgrade. Back to the baling. I really hope these bales don't stick to my forks too bad. I think I might try and edit these either into a live stream or down into a normal video with the mic. I could even do both if I wanted to. I just don't have time to do all the big fancy production with recording for, like I tried to record last week. I spent 2 hours after every day, Monday through Friday, 10 hours on a video, didn't even get it done. I cannot work 40-hour weeks at work, then add 10 hours and not even get one video in a week. So a live stream, shoot, that's 5 live streams I could have done instead of not even one episode. So and you know, if I'm not feeling like live streaming, I can just download a few of the files, splice it up and do a video real quick, and let people catch up quick if they want to. Alright, looks like our helper's about full, so we'll hop back in the Alice. Unload him. Cruise at 15, even though that's much faster than I would do IRL. How was everybody's day? I'll have a good day, bad day, so-so. Suppose I'll give my breakdown of the day while I'm waiting for you guys to reply. I had a pretty decent day. Didn't get much sleep last night, but that didn't stop me. I felt pretty good this morning. Work went pretty good. Actually went pretty smoothly. Usually there's stuff I run into. I work in electrical, so there's a lot of people that also work in electrical and don't do a great job sometimes, so I get to fix their mistakes sometimes. Or if the engineers, not if, but when the engineers screw up and something's not quite right according to the prints, you gotta scratch your head and figure something out. I do enjoy that though, fixing mistakes. Pretty good. Jason said I had a decent day, did my first grocery run by myself last night. I remember my first grocery run, man. Not too long ago. What is the favorite thing you got from the store, Jason? The thing you're most excited to either eat or use or whatever. I think the highlights of my grocery store runs are my snack bars and my cereal. The simple pleasures. Until you can get financially well established for more intricate whatever. Cereal's all you need to make you happy. How many bales have we made? Let's have a look. It says 17. Those are rookie numbers. We need to get that up. Jason said corn dogs. Hey, good for you, man. I haven't bought any corn dogs in a while. You gonna bake those corn dogs in an oven or just pop them in the microwave? Y'all may think this is taking a while. We've been going... Oh, I don't know. How long has the harvester got on it? It's got almost an hour on it. But not quite an hour. We've almost got one field done. I guess that's not too long. Last map I was working on, dude, that thing, I spent 10 hours and did only 2 fields. That was crazy. I enjoyed it too. That's the crazy thing. I enjoy sitting down, letting my mind just relax and pumping out videos. I don't like the editing part of it. I don't know if you guys noticed, but 482 subscribers is not enough to afford an editor, so can't really do much on that side of things right now. Jason said, good old air fryer. I forgot about air fryers, man. Might have to get me one of those. I actually just got me some taquitos last time I was at the store, and those were great. I should have used an air fryer though. They're a little moist with the microwave. Kind of soggy on some parts of them. I don't know about you guys, but when I have fake frozen Mexican food, I don't really want it to be soggy and moist. But if that's your thing, I guess good for you. Wear it loud and proud. I wonder if it'd be possible to stream on Twitch and YouTube at the same time. That way I could have 2 viewers watching on 2 different platforms. Heck yeah. This field's looking a lot smaller than it once was. Dang it, I need to turn off autosave, man. This takes forever. Although I guess it is a good reminder to take a drink or grab a bite. Every 15 minutes it goes off. Yep, field's getting smaller and smaller. Then after this we'll hop over to 155 and that should go much faster than this one did. Check when I can replant stuff. Again, we're trying to stick to just corn, soybeans, and wheat for the most part on this, on this map. Oats would also be fine on occasion, and sorghum. They technically grow some sorghum in Nebraska. Jason says it's possible. Nick A30 does it on YouTube and Twitch at the same time. Yeah, I should probably just stick to one, I guess. Get good at one. Probably get some music and some overlays or whatever they're called. Be pretty cool. Oh, that reminds me. I don't know why that reminded me. I saw a suggestion for some new farming simulator game. It's not Farming Simulator from Giant Software. It's a different different game. I don't remember exactly what it is, but I think that could be interesting if it's cheap to buy it and compare it. I can't seem to find it right now, though. Not even for the content would I compare it, just because I'm interested in trying to find if there's something better than this game, or just different, better in some ways, worse in others maybe. Alright, this next pass will be the last before we start switching vertically, because I don't want the harvester to run into all my pretty bales. I gotta hop in the Alice, because he's about full. I'll go on the road so I can go 22 instead of 15. That's fast farming right there. I suppose big ways that other games could be better than this is more variety in equipment. I have one tractor. That's from the base game. Let's see if I can get to my owned stuff. Oh, two, okay. My John Deere 7810 is base game, and the Fendt Favorite is base game. My corn header is base game, and the front loader. So I have like 5 or 6 things that are from the base game, and everything else is mods. Mods carry this game so hard. This map is a mod. Dude, this combine is so loud, I apologize. I need to just float high above it. That's what I'll do. Even down to the way the wheat looks on the field right now. Like, that's a mod. It doesn't usually look like that. This looks a lot better. But in order to have a good modding community, you have to attract players, you have to have a stable engine and all this stuff, so it's definitely not just the modders that make this game good. But they do make it better, quite a bit better. I've thought about getting into modding. I've never done anything like that before, but certain tractors are announced to come out by big companies, or I think of a cool idea for a map and I'm like, ooh, I could probably make that. That would be such a big undertaking. I feel like that'd be kind of cool to learn how to mod. I think it's only like 15 bucks to buy the software from Giants Software. Giants makes this game, by the way. I've said them a few times, in case that wasn't clear. But yeah, modding could be pretty cool to learn. I think I'd probably make some old stuff and new stuff. Like, again, I love variety, so I wouldn't just put out all harvesters or whatever. Like, I'd pump out some old Olivers. That's probably one of my favorite tractors. My grandpa's Oliver 1950. And I haven't seen any Olivers on many mod sites. I'm sure there are some, but there's definitely none on the in-game mod hub. You guys are just getting here. We're doing some wheat harvesting and also straw harvesting here on Hubbard, Nebraska. It's a giant map, 64 times the size of a normal map in the game. So I get some lags sometimes, and it takes 5 minutes to save and everything. Using a little bit older equipment, nothing ancient. Trying to just relax and have a good time. I have been having a good time. I was worried I might get bored of doing this, but it's been pretty good. See, on a normal day, I'd have been doing all this while watching a YouTube video or a movie or something, recording the whole time, and then I'd have to, you know, get off, go get some supper, whatever, and then play a game that I wanted to for fun, which has lately been Minecraft or Forza Horizon 5. But then I'd have at the end of the week, I'd have tons of footage and stuff I had to deal with. I really think this is going to be a game changer for me. Hopefully it's a game changer for you guys too. I know it's a bit different going from time lapses and, you know, 30 minutes of video is like actually 6 hours of playing to this type of thing where, you know, 6 hours of playing is actually 6 hours of video that you watch, but I think it's much more relaxing and satisfying for me to do. Let's get a thumbnail here. That's pretty. Looks like our bale count is up to 31, if you were curious. "31 of these big old Heston bales. 31 opportunities for these bale spikes to stick to the bale, because these things have a little bit of an issue sometimes. How's everybody doing? Not gonna lie, man, I need a better chair. I'm sitting on a folding chair right now. I have to fold up a blanket and put it under me. And still, my behind is hurting. Ought to get me a nice computer chair and I don't know. Get me some armrests so I can lean back on it. That sounds great. Something I can lay my head against so my neck doesn't always hurt. It's a good thing I like baling, because that's all I do when I harvest wheat. I harvest for a little bit around the edges and then get a worker going. And then I'm just, I, I get on the grain cart tractor just to unload every once in a while, and I just bale the whole time. Can't hire a worker for this. Such a relaxing thing to do. I tell you, this game is addicting. People at work think I'm crazy. I bought a steering wheel and a joystick to play this game. I put 2,000 hours on it in 2-3 years, but it's so addicting, man. So relaxing. It's not like some games where the only thing you have to show for dumping hours into it is a skin or just XP. Like, some games is literally just you level up the longer you play the game. But this thing, especially if you're recording it, you can visibly see your progress. That's why I started recording. It was about 2.5 years ago. Maybe just 2, I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, about 2 years ago, actually. August 18th, I think, is when I started, of 2022. And I started because I was loving this game. Played about 500, 600 hours in the first half a year it was out. Couldn't find... I wanted to watch YouTube videos while I played, and I couldn't find somebody playing the way I wanted to watch. So I was like, well, what if I just played the way I wanted to watch and recorded that so that other people could watch it, because maybe somebody agrees. And early on, dude, the channel was popping. Getting a couple thousand views a day at some points. Biggest video got like 50,000. And then things slowed down. I'm not sure why. I still enjoy it, so I try and do it, but yeah, it's pretty cool to go back and watch all the old stuff I made to see just the progression. I mean, I've never been too thrilled about my series because I just can't seem to keep enjoying them long enough to really go anywhere. I keep kind of always quit recording on that map before I get to where I plan to go, but it's all good. If y'all are watching and care to comment, I need you to tell me how excited you are for this Friday. Scale of 1 to 10. Nah, scale of 1 to 17. I am probably about 14 out of 17. Maybe 15. Let's call it 15. 17 being, I literally can't contain my excitement. I'm smiling right now. And 1 being, what is Friday? $15 out of 17 because I enjoy the weekend, get a chance to just unwind, sleep in, watch some TV or whatever, don't have to worry about working. Chance to relax and let my body recover from a week of on my feet all day doing stuff. Come on, y'all, I don't see any comments. 1 to 17, how excited are you for Friday? Let's hear this Jake break again. Actually, I want to know how much this stuff's going to sell for if I could sell it right now. Dude, this autosave takes so long. Alright, what's the price tag on wheat right now? 1,400. It'll get up to 2,000. I think we'll hold off on selling that right now. Ooh, I forgot it bogs down when you turn too sharp. Come on, girl, dig out, dig out. Hear how it sounds from in the cab. That's pretty similar, I guess. See how the Jake brake is. Man, that's a beauty. I see YouTube shorts sometimes on my feed of just trucks going down hills with Jake brakes on. I watch them every time. There's just something about a Jake brake, I don't know what it is. Makes me wish I was named Jake or something. No, I'm just kidding. This is what, our second trailer full of wheat going in. Combine's getting close to being done with the first field. And we've been doing bales. Dude, doesn't this thing look goofy? Sorry, this is a bit of a tangent. This thing looks so weird. Somebody modified a Massey Ferguson 185. Usually has wheels up here, dude. They just cut them off and added a trailer on the back with a sprayer. Bonkers. Welcome in, y'all. We're working on wheat harvest in Nebraska. Doing some harvest, some baling. And then we'll be, well, I guess we're doing trucking too. We'll do some picking up of the bales, and I'll probably sell those straight away. I'm just ogling over this Jake brake because it's great. Don't mind me. Put them hazards on so nobody hits us, even though there's no cars here. I guess I'll finish out the harvest. Thing is so noisy, dude. Is it bad from the inside? I'm about to turn down my game volume. I already turned it down quite a bit. Try that. Problem is, I can't even hear my other stuff when I got this thing going. I think harvesting looks the best in first person, like actually in the cab, but it is the hardest thing to do. Crazy. Sometimes the FOV isn't quite right, so you can't, like, you gotta turn your head all the way to the left to see the edge of your header and then all the way to the right. Whereas in real life, you could see the whole head. This is a small head too, it's only 30 foot. Maybe it's just because my screen is so small, I guess. I don't know, it's only a 17-inch screen. Getting so close to being done. This first field, and then we'll hop into the next one. I haven't done soybeans in a while. I'm excited for it. That's what we'll be doing in October, I think. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, all three of you watching. We're almost done with our first field, just like that. A little over an hour. Pretty good. But this field is one of the smaller ones on the map. That's what we just did, and there are some absolutely gargantuan fields compared to this thing. Huge. Time for one of the best parts of farming. Tidying everything up and going on a convoy. Even though it's not very far. Eventually, when we got fields all over the map, dude, it'll probably take literally 30 minutes to move our equipment up there. Excuse me. Let's get our pickup. I can go ahead and turn this thing off. And I'm gonna leave that there. This thing whipped around so we can grab it. Oops. Guess I can't unfold it yet. There we go. Hold up that header. Grab the header trailer. Then I can hop back down. Let's make sure I got my beacons and everything going so nobody comes and hits me. Apparently this truck was made in 1958. It's obviously been very well kept. Okay, how the heck do I get to where I'm going? Can I get there from the house? Let's just mosey on down our little driveway and have a look. I don't think that's the way I'm supposed to go. I gotta go over big fields, or hills, I mean. You just turn on my fast sprint. Gotta find the way into the field. Might be down here somewhere. Maybe here? I don't know, that's kind of weird. I figured there'd be like a driveway or something to it. Well, I guess I just gotta come up here through the grass, I guess. I don't know. Off we go. Again, I apologize for how loud this thing is. I may switch harvesters pretty early on because that's annoying to me. It sounds really good, but it's just way too loud. I may have to put in some driveways or something in the fields because there's nothing so far. Have to get out some equipment, smooth the land or something, lay some gravel. I believe the map is not done. The modder who made it, obviously when Farming Simulator 25 was announced very recently, decided to just, you know, quick release it for Farming Simulator 22, and then whenever 25 comes out, to work on it and put out the finished map there. That's just what I've heard anyways, so that may explain why there's no driveway up to my field, but maybe that's just how they do things in Nebraska. I'm gonna need a bigger pickup soon. Something tells me this is one of the smallest headers that I can use, and they only get much larger than this. Literally double the size of this one. And this pickup ain't pulling that. Here's your hourly reminder to leave a comment of any suggestions you've got. I want to know what you guys want to see, whether it's on this series or other ones. Because if what you guys want to see is what I want to do, or what I'm fine with doing, then we can make something work. Oof, this truck is mad struggling. Oops, let's turn off fast sprint. I just about face planted into my harvester there. Turn off all the beacons and the flashers and we can get into this field. Field number 2 for today. Much smaller than the other one, but still pretty decent size. I definitely need to replace this harvester pretty early on. I wish there was a way to easily edit the noise volume, the volume levels of each mod, because that would be super handy. I have to zoom way far out from this thing when I'm using it. It sounds good. Just too loud. Alright, so while these don't look like crazy hills, just because the game, it's hard to show three-dimensional stuff on a two-dimensional game. It's a computer screen in front of you, like, it's hard to show three-dimensional. It's going to slow this harvest down quite a bit. Slow down to about 4 miles an hour there, which is probably where you would be realistically, but sorry if you hear any crackling, I'm getting a snack. Some Triscuits. Don't mind me. Yeah, down to 3 miles an hour in some spots. Doesn't even look like we're going up much of a hill. Uh-oh, there's two. When my grandpa and I were harvesting corn, there were some times we'd be going this slow the whole day. 2.5 mile an hour. Maybe 3 if the yield was bad. 8 hours at 2 miles an hour. It's different, dude. Let me tell you. What would that be? 16 miles of farming in a day? Huh. I could literally run so much farther than that in a day. We're almost all the way up. Ooh, there's 1 mile an hour. Feels like you're standing still when you're going this slow. Good news is I'll be going downhill soon, so we'll be locked at 6 pretty well once I can turn this corner. That feels so much better. Do me a favor and comment down below what your favorite snack is while you're gaming, or studying, or whatever, watching TV. I don't even know what my favorite snack would be. Right now I'm eating Triscuits, which are glorified grain crackers. They taste pretty good, pretty healthy. I bought them because they were on rollback at the store, a little cheaper. Yeah, I put Cheez-Its or chips. Probably my favorite snack. I can't eat them very much because I just don't feel good if I eat a bunch of junk, but plus I get acid reflux sometimes when I eat stuff like that. Ooh, cheddar Chex Mix. That might be it. I said acid reflux and that made me think of cheddar Cheez-Its because what I get when I eat them, but they're so good. That might be my favorite gaming snack. Well, I don't think it could be my favorite gaming snack because, like, your hands get that cheesy residue on your fingers. So I don't think you could call that a gaming snack, really. Go with nuts. Nuts are pretty good. And all you're going to get is a little salt on your fingers. Nothing too crazy. Here we start the pain of a 3 mile an hour Sometimes 2-mile-an-hour hill climb. It feels like we're standing still, man. I guess pizza rolls could be a good gaming snack, but it's pretty heavy for a snack. Pizza rolls are good, Hot Pockets. I just had some taquitos last week. Ran out of those. The box is still sitting on my stove. I just looked over, it's funny. We're almost at the top of the hill. So close. Then I get to go fast down the hill. I'm gonna hire it on a worker so I can get the grain cart tractor over here. We're at almost 80% full. Oh, this is torture. I need a bigger combine. A little underpowered, but still does pretty good. Alright, old Alice, old girl. Get you unloaded and head on up to the other field. Man, that's a close squeeze right there. Can you tell I've done this a time or two? He says as he swerves around like he's drunk trying to line up with the trailer. I'm not drunk. It's just, I'm playing on a controller, I'm used to a steering wheel, so things are a little iffy sometimes. That's my excuse. I want to hear from y'all if you could tolerate another game played on the channel or on the live stream, whatever. Because I like to play other games, but I also understand that Farming Simulator is quite different from some of the games I play. Might be a little disconcerting if you watch a 4-part series on a wheat harvest in Nebraska, and then the next video that's suggested is a Minecraft video or Bloons Tower Defense 6 or whatever, you know. It might be goofy. Playing Fortnite with my guys. That might be weird. Brum said I could handle Fortnite. Heck yeah, man. Me too. And worst comes to worst, I could just live stream on my Twitch for Fortnite or whatever game I want to. Don't have to worry about that as much, because I don't know, I've been doing this on YouTube for a few years, so I don't kind of treat it a little differently than other stuff. That thing is screaming. Yeah, it is. That turbo spools way up, don't it? Hopefully it's not too loud. There's just a couple vehicles I have that are really loud, and the rest of them are not super loud, so yeah, I don't know. Get the old Mac up there. I'm gonna leave it on the road, actually. I don't want to go all the way through the grass. I guess I didn't need to do the cover. Try not to bog it way down by turning too tight. Still did, though. I definitely turned a lot looser than last time. Mac power. Will be the longest Jake brake we can hear. I love Jake brakes, in case you guys couldn't tell. Here we go. That was pretty nice. I need to turn on the manual transmission and shift it down so it's not just one big long stream, but I can actually keep the RPMs up, because that might kill itself if that was real. Get back to bailing. Something I could do, again, I mentioned this earlier in the stream, but it's been over an hour, so I can say it again. I kind of want to, I started older, I kind of want to keep the equipment gradually improving in horsepower and age. So we'll get to, you know, the brand new, flashy, high horsepower, super expensive stuff, but for now I want to gradually get there. Whenever we get to a certain period, we could add in GPS or course play or auto drive, whatever. Because I doubt running an old Heston baler and an old John Deere seeder, you're going to be running GPS and all that stuff. So, I mean, also our fields aren't really that big right now. We're doing some of the smaller fields on the map. So we don't really need GPS. We could get there eventually. That could be fun. Problem with course play is, though, eventually you just become a farm manager. You can't actually do the work because you're always fixing mistakes and keeping an eye on all 4 harvesters going in the field and having to cart for them all and stuff. Once you get too big, it kind of takes the fun out of it in a certain way. I mean, it's still fun to manage the farm that way, but just a different type of game, I guess. Different gameplay. Shoot, my headphones just died. That goofy worker thinks he's done. You're not done, sir. You may be dumb, but you're not done. Just over 1.5 hours on the harvester. It's pretty good numbers. I need to go and get more headphones, so I hope I don't run off the field. Yeah, that didn't take too long. So cool looking back on your field that you've harvested with all the bales sitting on it. This thing used to be full of standing crop of wheat, and now it's... well, I guess now it's still got straw swaths and bales, but eventually you just turn it into stubble. The cut bottoms of the crop and just big bales sitting on it. Kind of extract all the grain from it. It's pretty cool. Need to plug my phone in. I got 3%. I don't have 2 monitors, so this is how I keep an eye on this stream. It's pretty low budget. Right, let's get this thing flipped around and I'll run and plug in my phone. I love all the little noises this baler makes. Plus this tractor ain't too loud or anything, it's pretty nice. Oops, I forgot. Time to autosave for 2.5 minutes. At least the wheel in the middle's spinning. You know it's going to take a while when it doesn't spin. A little over halfway done on that other field. Completely done with this one once we get the bales on it. Or off of it. I'm so excited for when I can get some big equipment. That's all I can think about right now with how slow this is all going. I guess I could talk about Farming Simulator 25 for a bit, couldn't I? Where to start? I've been thinking about it a lot, and obviously certain things look better, certain things look the same. Like one thing I noticed is these straw swaths look the same and they don't look very good, so that's a shame, but it's not going to be perfect, you know. There's some things improve, some things stay the same, some things maybe get worse. I'm excited for the better crop textures, and basically everything should look a little better. The trees, the grass, the sky, crops in your field, the birds flying around, the tractors. Everything should look a little better, which is nice. They've added rice, wet rice and dry rice, and then they've added spinach as well, which is cool, I guess. I don't know. I wish they'd add like millet and rye and peas, peanuts, cucumbers, something like that. I don't know. The biggest thing I want in this game is proper three-dimensional ground. I want to plow and the furrows in the soil actually follow where my plow went. I want to plant and have, when the crop grows up, I want to be able to see the lines my planter took in the crop. Like if I plant corn and I'm always swerving around swiggly like this, I want the crops to be in waves like that so I can just look so much better instead of just, you know, a generic repeated texture the whole way around. That's the single biggest improvement the game can have. I don't really care about my tires sinking into the ground and leaving tire tracks and all that. I know a lot of people, that's their biggest thing, but for me it's just, I don't know if you call that row crop or whatever you'd call that, but I want that to be more immersive, because that's a big deal. And you know, there's the typical more equipment. No matter how much stuff they add, they could always add more. They're adding stuff in DLC packs I've never even heard of before. So there's plenty of machines out there. But I still feel like we could have a little bit more variety. Even like air seeders. The biggest seeder you can get in the game is what? Let me check. I want to fact check myself, sorry. I think it's 15 meters. Yeah, 15 meters, which is about 50 foot wide. They literally make seeders in real life that are double that size. Why is the biggest thing we can get in the base game half the size of the biggest thing we can get in real life? And, you know, there's mods, but I don't want to have to wait for mods to come out. Sometimes mods don't work, there's not enough mods, whatever. Oh shoot, I forgot about this. I'll have to come back and hit that with the harvester. That's actually a substantial amount of crop. I'm excited to try out all the new crop types. I like doing that. The rice and the spinach. It'll be cool. All the new dynamics and stuff that you have. New animals, new crop types, new production chains and stuff. I heard you can... Oh, another thing I really want to see I don't want to go in here, buy a shed or a silo or something, and just place it down. I want to be able to zone out an area, and then it gets built over months. I could either pay for it, lump sum, or like a loan type thing, pay for it each and every month. But just like you come back the next day and there's a concrete pad laid out, and then the next day you come back, they've got frames up, and you know, just to be able to see it being built instead of just plopping a farm down. I feel like that would be pretty cool dynamic of the game. Like, as your farm grows, you realize, oh, okay, I'm getting a little tight on storage space. Let's build another barn. But instead of it being immediately there, it takes like 6 months or whatever to get built, and then you can finally get your stuff in there. That seems much more realistic and fun to me. But also, I think it'd be good to be able to turn that off if you wanted to. Maybe you could even go so far as to make it you have to bring the supplies to actually build it. That could be pretty cool too. Alright, Harvester, let's get you emptied out. Ooh, the brakes don't work great downhill like that. Goody. Back to the bales. I'm sure there's some parts of Farming Simulator 25 that they haven't talked about. I think that was the case with 22 when it came out. There were things that they never even mentioned that were better. But I'd say the biggest things are GPS and better workers. We'll see how well that works. That might be the single biggest thing with the game. Obviously the new crops and machines and stuff are all cool, but I'm talking about like actual gameplay mechanics and stuff right now. There's ground deformation too. So when you drive over the fields, it'll actually leave three-dimensional tire tracks instead of just these painted-on stuff I've been leaving. You know, just a painted-on little brown spot. It'll actually be three-dimensional. When you drive through puddles or whatever, it'll dig out a little section. That's cool. When you plow, it'll actually be three-dimensional. It won't just look three-dimensional, but actually be two-dimensional. That'll be pretty sweet. Ground deformation and GPS and things looking better are the things I'm most excited for. I'm interested to see how they implement GPS, because like GPS has been a mod for such a long time, just like Seasons was a mod for such a long time, and the way that they put seasons in the game is a lot different than the mod was, so I think GPS might be quite a bit different as well. I never played with the Seasons mod before it was in the game for real, so I can't say whether or not I like one better than the other. But I think the Seasons work decently. I mean, it's pretty good. Plus swathing will be base game. That'll be cool. Get the new Mac Dawn stuff. Excited for that. Oops, I forgot to put down my pickup. I still haven't decided, and maybe you guys could help me out with this, if I should do just one series at a time or multiple. Like I could literally just do this every day, get on, work on the Nebraska map. Or I could do literally 5 or 6 maps, one for every day of the week. Just get on, play that one on Mondays, that one on Tuesdays, so forth. Or I could just do whatever I feel like. Which is probably what I'll end up doing, but, you know, it'd be interesting to see what you guys think too. How is that other field coming along? Oh, we're almost done. Probably tune in and look at that for the last little bit. Super close. Then we can get our final number on how much wheat we've got. I'll probably sell all this straight up whenever it's at its highest price point. The straw I'll sell right away probably. I don't think I'll have enough space to store it. But the wheat will save until it's ready to go. And again, I don't even want to talk about where the money's going for it. I'm just going to do that whenever I feel like buying something and I've got money for it, I'll just buy it. I don't need to make a game plan or anything. Guess I'll probably change my mind by the time I have the money to spend. That's how it works. What a pretty looking field. I don't know if we'll have the space to fit this in the grain cart. I hope we do. That just reminds me, I need to buy a pressure washer for my farmyard. Nope, it's full. We can dump it in the semi. If it'll reach. If not, I can just dump it in the grain cart once the grain cart dumps in the semi. Oh, crap. That's not what I meant to do. Come on now. Give me the juice. There it is. Here we get to some fast farming. Ooh-wee. Surfing. Hopefully I don't roll or spin out here. Whoops. Had a skill issue. That's okay, it was worth it, that was fun. Now we get to do it in the harvester. Probably won't get as much air though. Dang it, I'm supposed to be realistic, what am I doing? It's just my eclectic nature shining through, I'd say. What do y'all think about the blacked out rims on this Alice? I think it looks kind of dope, but sometimes I wish I would have done white instead. Or gray or silver or something. See, this thing gets some air. Oh, that's fun. We need to get a path in here, so I quit screwing around with it. I'm being irresponsible with my hard-earned farm equipment. I rolled a pickup. I got damaged the suspension on my tractor and harvester. What am I doing? Give this a little love tap. Boom! Oh, not enough. Come on, little guy. Come on. I might have to hit that with some speed. Get right side up. Well, that's a start. Okay. Everybody turn away. Everybody who likes realism. I've been hitting the gym, let's just say that. Come on now. I need that hitch. Right, the right way. There we go. Just had to throw it around a little bit. Okay, y'all can look back now. Nothing happened. Get these things back. Get them cleaned off. I wonder how loud the horn is on this thing. You can barely hear it, dude. I couldn't even hear it on my end. I had to wait till it came through the stream to hear it. Look at all those bales. Okay, let's put our pressure washer down right here. Yeah, right on the entrance to the farm. And next, the old Alice goes back home. Wait, I don't need to clean off my harvester yet because I'm using it next month for the soybeans and the corn. I just wasted $4,500 on a pressure washer that I'm not going to use yet. Dang it. Right, so as much as that wheat yielded, the soybeans are going to yield so much less because the soybean field didn't get fertilized at all, whereas these were fertilized twice. And then also, soybean just generally yields a lot less than wheat. there's two different reasons are going to get a lot less soybeans, which is fine with me. I'd have to cart a lot more if it was like corn all the way out there. Again, this is a huge, huge map, so the further away my field is, the longer I have to drive my semi back and forth from the farm to the field, to the farm to the field, to unload the crop. Which, to be honest with you, I'm totally fine with, because this Mac I have sounds great, and I can listen to it all day long. I'm gonna leave the header out because I don't have anywhere to put it. These double pivot trailers are crazy hard to back up too, so I'm not even gonna try to get that in the shed. See what I can do about backing it up straight, but no promises. Am I stuck? Dang, really? Alright, whatever. Thing does not like turning, does it? Oh, duh, that reminds me, whenever we do this in real life, we always turn the semi around empty and line it up the way it needs to go so that when it's full, it can just take off and go. Alright, we're gonna hear the Jake brake again. I'm gonna try and shift down. Yeah, that shifting didn't really work, did it? I need to change gear sets, not just gears. Just about got everything put away for the next month. And we'll be able to see our grand total for wheat here in a little bit. Put this harvester away while the semi is unloaded. Apologies for the volume. I've said it about 5 times. I'll keep saying it because it's loud. My darn truck got stuck. There we go. You just do the attach, detach, spam, and then it breaks free. Let's try not to get stuck this time. And I'm not even gonna attempt to get that on the first try. Like, these things are ridiculous. Yeah, there we go. We got a little bit of success. That's close enough, I'd say. This semi won't fit in the shed either, I just realized. Pop this thing away. Man, look at that fitment. Pro. Certified pro. Alrighty guys, that's about all we're going to get to for today's stream. I hope you guys did enjoy it. Feel free to leave a like down below if you did. As always, comment to let me know what you thought or what you want to see. Anybody who subscribes or likes, I greatly appreciate it. But I've enjoyed this, regardless of any feedback or not. And until next time, which may be tomorrow, it may not. I'll see y'all around. Peace. That was the awkward part where I still do stuff even though I said goodbye. Because I'm live streaming, you know, I can't just press a button and stop recording. And we'll just leave it right there.